44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man, busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and their head with that shit.
Fine then, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel, he nice but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, I'm too solid, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. No, they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rank for real. I got real soldiers, kill for me, nigga, watch yourself. They say you been in beast mode lately, you is not yourself. When you dropping that fire, precious marriage, they inquiring. They can't stop what's coming, but I see them conspiring. Cross the line, them firing. This bitch here, finna break the spin. No kindness, I don't trust you, circle small. You can keep your features. Me and my niggas don't keep no secrets. In the feel like Jeepers Creepers. Say they want some smoke, dawg. So I brought these chimney sweepers. Coming like we coming, you can't even cap. These niggas don't run it like we running, bitch, don't even start. Bitch, I'm with my niggas till the end, till them do us part. So if you wanna leave, you can leave, bitch. Bless your heart, fine then. I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel, he nice but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. Ooh, I got a man, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. I heard they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rate for real. Take over in effect, yeah, I'm fully focused. You might not see it on me, just know it's women, that bitch fully loaded. Ooh, yeah, we up and rolling. Told them I need major motion. Think I'm joking, I'ma school them niggas like they baby Jody. Got it out the dust, now I'm too clean, don't know why they hate me. What you want out life, dawg? Guns and butter, baby boy. U.P.K top, dawg. Certified road runner. I'ma turn that econ line van to a damn tank. I got chopper stash in the attic like they Anne Frank. They had that shit on lock till I snapped on them like bolt cutters. You cannot play both sides, gotta choose your colors. See him throwing that one up with that W, that's my blood, bro. Fine then, I ain't show no mercy, I'm gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the dust, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel, he nice but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. Ooh, I got a made, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. Said they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rank for real.
We talking about practice, not a game, not the game that I go out there and die for and play every game like it's my last. Not the game. We talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that? And we talking about practice.
Back row.
Best believe that I'm top 3. The only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Put me anywhere other than one that is not me. It's beef, we strut a nigga block, that's chopped cheese. No peace, the butterfly sting him, that's Ali. You reach, I teach him with the handle, that's Kyrie. Machines, you hook like a Roman, that's IV. You a sheep, I'ma go, it's a difference, so watch me. You weak, all hooks, no punches, so block these. They mock me, I just show them how it goes. Try to stomach this thug life. They ring got the nose, bandana on the grip. All heads coming out the foe. Connected from Cali to New York, nigga, so let it go. Made for this, nigga, I eat bars and drink flows. Thinking you woke into your third eye, peephole. Line for line, this shit too easy, it's like a free throw. Mastered the game too early, this bitch a cheat code. It ain't a game, these niggas lame, they bring a shame. If I'm with an officer, it's a number in his name. We ain't the same, you want the easy pass, tell him change his lane. Shit, I've been through the fire, you can't stand the rain, take an aim. Tell him running, he can try his best. Drive a car named after me, that's why I'm in the vet. Laugh at these niggas once again and I ain't break a sweat. Number one at everything I do, that's why I'm one west. The Lord is not the God of the dead, so when I die, coming back for my spot, so forever I'm top 3. Just tell him to watch this janitor with the mop stick. You gon' need a defense. defensive lineman to block this. On point when I bomb shit. 10 for 10, I do not miss. I'm barking with a full bulldog, it is not mixed. They can see that my mind's sick. I don't write, I find shit. I don't like it, then I switch. If I touch it, it's diamond. Tell a bitch that I'm God sent. It ain't because my kicks is built like 5'6", 5'7" is my bitch. Dangerous, high risk. I lose it, get another one. You think I'm talking about a girl? I'm talking about another gun. Head now? Hey, look, it is what it is now. We don't fuck with the house niggas. We burn the crib now. I'm ahead now, and I hope they can head now. I don't care if you think it's it, nigga. I don't fear clowns. Silences make it sound like raindrop. That's a quiet storm. Get the job done in the view or get fired on. If you niggas standing for nothing, what you dying for? If you put real with real, that's how I was born. Walking this bitch ready for war. I'm in riot form. I want these niggas to see me flex. That's why I am armed. I shouldn't live in the crib, nigga. I should buy a farm to go through this shit so effortless. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3.
I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like stamps and I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying. This shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Circle up and stay alert. Another cop just stretch the nigga. He a demon, it's an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that oath in blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. Fuck the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spin, I ain't listening. Is effective. If revenge was a woman, now I scope that bitch like Jacob. So time war, we gon' run the summer. It's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real triggering on them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? What he saying something, I ain't hear him. This shit light work. It ain't about who got this gun, it's about who gon' up that fight first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain frame. Shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitchin' about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, out with that hollow sign, yeah, this the rim accord. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still about my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
Hey, I'm just following orders. Let me get one of those slow motion pictures, bro. One of the slow motion pictures.
You gotta shoot at 60 frames per second.
Come on,
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coast shit. Cause if they make the wrong move and coast shit. You see me, they like, ooh, chemo shopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hit that roast shit. Coming up on by the bullshit. They see me, they like, ooh, chemo shopping. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army. Going up like a rocket, and can't nobody stop me. These niggas garbage, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slithering house, call me mouth, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. So they like, damn, man, you cut up. Nothing I can handle. 144 in the booth, going Rambo. Niggas do you dirty like a stick in a bando. That's why I play the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Ooh, chemo sabe, got this bitch off the hand. Got the juice, got the drip, about to hit the bitch with the salt. It ain't rap, it's assault. Can't taste a bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hit that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coast shit. Cause if they make the wrong move and coast shit.
One way.
Coming up on my new I do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the edge of the key. It's all money, no honey. Think you settle and see. You locked up, fucked up, and it's back to the streets. It's One West. You can check the residency. I reside with soldiers died on the soles of their feet. Cause there's death before designer. Ain't no coward in me. Cause I'm cold as a bitch's shoulder. You ain't calling a week. Get the cooking on this beat. Hope you like it well done. Got them killers rolling with me and they all red rum. Got you fuckers scared some. Get the banging on this beat till my fucking head numb. Black Glock, red drum, black and yellow air ones. Homie, you ain't got a vest. I suggest you wear one.
Told these niggas we was going up. They was doing a lot of talking. Now these niggas ain't saying shit.
Feeling like a legend in this shit. Lil nigga, I'm past veteran. Never feeling third. Lil nigga, I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like Ash Ketchum. Shotty break a nigga ribs up like his wife left him. We all stepping. Kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, not talking height. That judge giving out 5, but you doing life. These hands are rude GPS. A mean right. That's mean right. We build different, you know the vibes. And we something authentic, we know the ride. I keep a 144 because I know a kind. Noah's Ark, you know I'm with animals when we flowing by. We back again, no cap, when I'm with Cap again. Yeah, they say they want smoking, so we matching them. Everything righteous, so you know when we get back at them, you get hit up with a K, but no acronym. They say they wanna hit that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coast shit. Cause if they make the wrong move and coast shit. You see me, they like, ooh, chemo shopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hit that raw shit. Coming up on by the bullshit.
You ran the whole intro? Oh, my bad. Go ahead. Yeah. What's going on, Israel? Commander General Yahanna, I got the helm tonight. DC in the house. We're going to get it in. Heavy hitters in the building with me. General SHALAM. General Kabalama. Sarang Kabalama. In the studio with us tonight. All the brothers holding us down up in here. Big shout out to Kazak Ahmad. Bear with me, y'all. Holding us down. Keeping us rolling. And all the officers and troopers and family in the house tonight. Man, oh man, we were fresh off of a hell of a trip down to Nashville, Tennessee, man. Who knew that Nashville, Tennessee would be so strong in standing up for the truth of the Most High in Christ? The world doesn't understand this truth fully now. Negroes are still trying to find a way to love the slave master. Still trying to find a way to say that the slave master is giving you an equal fair shot. You need to stop complaining about the slave master. You need to love him or love him like everybody else. That's you Negroes' mantra, man. And you a fool if you think that way. You blind as a bat if you think that way. Because this man ain't never thought that way. And the brothers in Nashville damn sure don't think this way. Them brothers down there is about it. Big shout out to the newly raised Captain Thawara up in the building. He got an amazing team of brothers out there working close with him, man. They got a hell of a school out there too, man. Big shout out for y'all for really putting it in, man, and got them a hell of a school up and running, rolling up in it. And they really stand on their feet. Them brothers down there, I see in Nashville, they believe in standing up on their feet. They don't believe in making a ton of excuses. They handle their business, man. You know what I mean? And so I want to say Thawada to all of the brothers and sisters in Nashville. So many names I could mention that did an amazing job. So many amazing sisters that came in there and did an amazing job. I mean, brothers grilling up, taking care of brothers and sisters. And a lot of brothers and sisters from the world came down to that barbecue, man, to really find out what it's like to be among the Hebrew Israelites, to be among I.S.U.P.K. And they got a real good taste of how brothers and sisters were. And they was shocked, man. They was shocked. They was pleasantly surprised at how brothers and sisters came through in there and in that zone. So again, big shout out to Nashville, Tennessee. Y'all did it up right, man. Y'all shine. Y'all definitely handle your business, man. And you know, for us, you know, holding this down for many years, it's a blessing to see, right or wrong, General, that it's a blessing to see, you know what I'm saying, that kind of thing being done, because it's like all that hard work that we put in on them concrete, them bricks, you understand, holding them corners down, you know what I mean, coming up against all kind of madness. Big shout out to General Muhammad, General Mayat, General Katham Gabar, you understand, General Hazayan, slapped about the order. You understand? Big shout out to them, because, you know what I mean, we put a lot of time in on them bricks, man, never knowing whether or not the Most High would really honor what we did, whether or not we were serving our king up to his standard for him to look down on us and say, you know what, I'm going to bless y'all, man. I'm going to bring these brothers in, because that's really how it's done. We ain't the one bringing them in. You know what I mean? Y'all know the scripture on it, right? The scripture said, the Lord, who can pull that for me? The scripture said, the Lord giveth the increase. You understand? And Christ even came back and said it. He said that it's the Father who's bringing us in. And so as these warriors come in and change their life, man, is because we speak in the words of life that come from Yahweh Shai the King, better known as Jesus Christ. You understand? So since we do that, it be the Lord that decide whether he gonna bring you up in here or not. He'll send you to them fake Israelites, okay? If he think you not right, he get rid of you. But you come into I.S.U.P.K, that's a blessing from the Most High. And that's what's been happening. Brothers have been pouring up in there. Like I said, tons of people came out there. You know what I mean? Nashville, I expected to come out there and see two brothers when I got out there. I got out there, brother. They got an army out there in Nashville, Tennessee. You hear me? Yeah, Memphis. Big shout out to Soccer War out in Memphis. Big shout out to Kahuntham Yard. Okay, and all Montebar and them brothers all out there in them different zones. They all got it in, man, and it was strong and it was right. Y'all got that scripture for me? Go ahead, read it for me. I'll tell them where you at.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 6. I have planted, Apollo watered, but the Most High gave the increase.
Damn right. Damn right. The Most High is the one that gave the increase and brought the brothers and sisters in. That's one of them. There's other ones too.
Go down to 7.
Go ahead.
This is verse 7. So then, neither is he that planteth anything, neither he that watereth, but the Most High giveth the increase.
But the Most High giveth the increase. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So the Most High giveth the increase. The Lord is the one. Yeah, we'll fit him in. You should get back in there. Yeah, we'll get him in. You should get back in there. Yeah. Let me get back to it. Read it again, Salakia.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 6. I have planted, Apollo watered, but the Most High gave the increase. Verse 7. So then, neither is he that planted anything.
Neither is he that planted anything. If you planted it, you not nothing. Go ahead.
Neither he that watereth, but the Most High that giveth the increase.
But the Most High that giveth the increase. You understand? The Most High gave the increase, and the Most High have increased the ISUPK exponentially. You understand? There go another warrior coming in right now that also warred with us on them bricks. Can you bring it back a little bit and get all 4 of us in there? Big shout out to General Katham Gabar. You're gonna see him on camera in a second. Damn right, yo. Good to see you out. You know what I mean? Like, this is another cat, man, that rolled with us straight out of New York, man, for many years. There you go. For many, many years. You know what I'm saying? Y'all call me a sucker, man, if you want to. Call me a bitch ass nigga if you want to. But I always honor the works of men that did work. I always honor them. You know what I'm saying? When I came up in the truth back in the 80s, building my own pedigree, it was my earnest expectation to be a good worker and a good soldier underneath good men. If the brothers that led was right with me, I dealt right with them. If they was not right with me, I took their ass to council. Don't be scared to take no high rank to council. Take their ass to council. You gonna make a better man out of that cat. You know what I mean? If a higher rank mishandle you or deal with you wrongly, if you don't do nothing about it, then don't complain when you end up with a captain that's treating everybody like crap. Because you sat up there like a big dummy and didn't bring the issue up. You might be right. You know what I mean? You might be right about the issue. Don't no man have to cower in the truth. I don't care if you a low rank or a high rank. You got everybody in here as a servant of Yahweh Shai. You understand? And it's bigger responsibility when you sit in a higher rank. You understand? Like, I don't have to be as polite as I often am, but yet I have to be, because I don't know when I'm gonna say something or do something that ain't so polite. You're gonna be like, what the hell is wrong with this man? You're gonna be able to say, well, I know he ain't like that all the time. I know he losing his goddamn mind on this shit here, but he ain't always like that. So y'all might give me a pass. Y'all might be like, all right, you done ripped my head off, but that ain't his usual. Because I've been known to get out of pocket on you when you do something simple. Go ahead.
That mentality of just shut your mouth comes from the Christian church.
Yes, it does.
And when the pastor does something, even as far as molesting a child, don't say anything.
Don't say nothing. You right out, and that ain't what Christ built. Christ said, "Go and tell it between he and thee alone." That's what a man do. You know what I mean? A man go and deal with you, man. Look, you ain't do me right. What's up? You know what I mean? And if not, then you bring it into 2 or 3. You go into council. If it go past that, then you going to counsel with me, and it ain't gonna be good. I'll tell you right now. You know what I mean? So that keeps everybody right and in line, and keeps this brotherhood strong. And again, to go back to my original point, that's how I rolled back coming up in the school. I was loyal and down, and respectful up in the truth. You understand? And I followed my orders and carried out as long as it was right and good and strong, and long as I was dealt with right. And that's all you could ask out of every man. And so these brothers did that when it came to me. General Shalmar, General Kabbalah Mob, General Katham. They was loyal and disciplined and in order and respectful, and they followed my orders to the absolute maximum. You understand? And it was many, many hard days, and not just them, but the big guns that I mentioned earlier as well. Other big guns, General Muhammad, General Maka Allah, General Hazayan also. And so I endlessly honor the generals, man, because I was there when they were standing shoulder to shoulder. Me, Shalmar tell you, when we was out there and that whole candy cane posse came out against us. You know what I'm saying? And Shalmar showed me that day, man. He said, yo, I told them to get in the van. I said, I'm going to take their whole camp on by myself. Shalmar was ready to die that day. He would not, I had to tell him like 4 or 5 times, he was not going to obey my order. He was going to break my order because he was not going to let me take on their whole camp by myself. He was like, sir. I was like, get in, sir. He was going to go down to the battle with me to the end. But then finally he saw in my eye, I'm sure that I was going in. I was not giving a damn. Them niggas was not going to destroy this truth. This truth cannot be destroyed, man. If every man in here was gone, you better stand and hold this truth to the death. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's what got to be done. And Shalmar was ready to do it and built that rep. Same with Q. Me and Q done been in all kind of dangerous situations, trying to make sure bring this truth out. I be worrying about Q because he don't care what he say certain places. I be having to chill him out. I'm getting a little older. I ain't trying to kill a nigga at 60. You know, man. I be having to chill him out. Same with Kathumga Ball. We done did this many, many years. And that's one of the reasons why I try to dip down here a little more often to DC, because I don't get to see these generals face to face that often. You know what I mean? But these is real brothers, man, that got down with me. They ain't perfect. You know what I mean? I still check them on a daily basis. I still give them a call. What was that about? You know what I mean? They're going to get checked after this probably. I don't know. What you say that for? You know what I mean? But this brotherhood is got to build. And y'all brothers got to learn, all of you out there across this country, the same type of righteous spirit that we need to have among each other. We can't harbor demons in here. We got to harbor righteousness, brotherhood, all the things the scripture said that's supposed to be among us. And it's my job to make sure that is continuously set for as long as I'm breathing on this earth, that the same standard that was from way back then in the 80s is still held on to this day, well in the 2020s. And I'm determined to do that. And that's how we're going to get down. So it was beautiful to see all of them out there in Nashville do what they do. I gotta answer Nadia. You know, you got to answer Nadia. You'll never hear the end of it. A big shout out to Sister Nadia. And of course, she always gonna bring her husband in. Nashak holding it down. Her priest and husband and officer whom she loved greatly. First of all, Nadia cooked some food up there, brother, that was, that'll make Satan want to convert. He gonna want to come in the truth. It was absolutely amazing. And the time and energy she put in. Like them sisters, and not just her, tons of sisters out there that you can go back and look at the Nashville tapes and see the amazing work that they do down there in Nashville when it comes to feeding the homeless and all that. Everybody know about it. They have freezers out there full of food and cooking and plates. So Nadia be doing a hell of a job. All them sisters in Nashville, Memphis, all the ones that came in from the surrounding areas that helped with that, they did an amazing, amazing job too. And the brothers as well. And another thing too that was beautiful about Nashville, again, big shout out to Thawa Rock, you understand, and the shot as his right-hand man. Big shout out to them, because another thing they did is kept a beautiful standard of truth. Like what we went down there and hit the ground, them brothers was in the exact same spirit that y'all in up here, which is in the exact same spirit as the brothers in Philly. Like we really one body, you know what I mean? And you could tell that, you really see it when you travel to another state and all brothers is locked in the same way, all speaking Hebrew the same way, all breaking them scriptures down the same way, everything in its right spirit. You know what I mean? So I know I'm running a little bit, but I wanted to get a little bit of that in. What else we forget? Day of Atonement. Sundown tomorrow night. Day of Atonement. You understand? No grub after sundown. Y'all know what it is. Get in touch with your captains in your city if you need to know details. It's sundown tomorrow night. We afflict our soul. You understand? Against our own flesh. You understand? Taking control of that flesh and sacrificing food and drink and fasting in the name of the Most High, repenting for our sins, man. You understand? Through our King, Yahawashi, which must be exalted. Christ said, if you lift me up, I will bring all men up onto you. I'm paraphrasing. That's what we got to do. And if we bring all men onto us, then we've done the job of the king. You know what I'm saying? A real warrior who gave his life for us to be able to do this job. So that's where we at on that. What else we missing?
That's some raw footage from a cookout in Tennessee. Sir.
Okay, you want to drop it in there real quick? What other announcements I missed? Is that
Houston Cookout?
Houston Cookout. Let's get ready for that, y'all. End of this month, Houston Cookout will be on deck. We're going to all try to roll out there. You understand? Touch base with them amazing brothers out there as well. Yatazak and his powerful crew, they get it in. That's another school building and growing and coming up powerful. You understand? And holding it down. So we definitely looking forward to that. What else we got?
Feast of Tabernacles as well.
Call it. Break it down, Q.
That's next Sunday, October the 9th, is the opening for the Feast of Tabernacles. And then the following Monday on the 17th will be the closing of the Feast of Tabernacles. Okay, that'll conclude the season until Hanukkah. But those are the high holy days. Those three that we have coming up, and the fourth that we just had memorial blowing of the trumpets. So that was it.
Damn right. Anything else? That's it. All right. So let's get it in. Let's get these stories in. Let's see what we got. All right.
Unarmed New Jersey man bumps into plainclothes officer during chaotic scene.
Go ahead.
He's fatally shot seconds later.
And see, that's what make me sick about you so-called Negroes who act like, stop blaming the white man.
Right.
Stop. But I ain't never heard of a white man, a Chinese man, a Japanese man, an Arab, an East Indian, or an African that bumps into a plainclothes police officer and the police officer murders that man.
Right.
I ain't never heard it. Don't tell me stop blaming the white man. You to blame the white man for everything he did. You blaming black people already.
Right.
And listen, if you blaming black people, why you can't blame white people for their part?
Right. That's right.
They got the major part in what they did to us. But why you can't blame them for their part? You got to only blame us for our part? And furthermore, are you doing something about us?
Right.
The Israelite School of UPK, we doing something about the stuff we do.
That's right. That's right.
So we can talk about what he does. Because we doing and we talk about what we do.
Right.
Don't nobody curse a nigga out more than us.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
What you want?
You understand? Don't nobody curse a black woman out better than a pimp than us.
Right. That's right. You better believe it.
The pimp had the title until UPK came along.
I tell you, we had to remove him from the thing.
You got to stop brothers in here, man, and they'll lose their mind on these women.
In general, I still watch The Truth Hurts.
God.
You said you can call 911, they're going to...
That's right. And that's just how, man. Damn right. Like, don't nobody come at it like we come at it. So we got a right to tell the white man what he's doing and let him know he's the devil the Bible speaks of. We got a right to do that. And it's our business to do it. And here's what makes me sick about you Christians, man. And when I say Christians, I'm talking about everybody in that mindset. I ain't just talking about those that go to church. I ain't talking about those that just go to the mosque. I don't care what religion you in. If you in the spirit of loving white people and you black or Latino, you are a Christian in my mind. Right. You an American Christian because that's the real religion. You might call yourself a Muslim, but you really an American Christian. You might call yourself a Baptist or a Methodist or a Jehovah's Witness. You might even be into the East Indian God. But you are American Christian is what you really are. Because really you love loving the slave master. You understand? And that's what you really are. And we have a right. Y'all chime in anytime. We got a right to come up and talk about what he does. And again, to go to my point, this is why it seems so stupid. I'm gonna come back to the story but here's why it seems so dumb. When you turn on the news every day, are they not talking about the other nations and what they do to them?
All day.
Are they not? Do not the white man talk about the atrocities that China is doing to their own people? And don't they got 2 million of us in jail? So are they saying to themselves, do you see white people saying, don't say nothing about China because we got 2 million niggas in jail? Do you hear them saying that?
Never.
They don't give a damn if they got 10 million niggas in jail. They gonna talk about what China is doing. Why? Because they know who the hell they damn enemy is. You understand? They go over there and bomb. They killed 1 million Iraqis to get this, to take over Iraq. 1 million. I don't even know what it's like to live in a country where 1 million of your people died in one war. Like that's, you know how devastating that must be to the people that live there? Everybody got a family member or a cousin that's dead. You kill 1 million people, right or wrong. So now they in a country totally broken and devastated by the power of the U.S. You think the U.S. say, well, don't say anything about the Iraqis because we dropped 1 million of their asses.
No.
Hell no. They get up there and say Iraq is this, the Al-Qaeda is that, the terrorists doing that. Don't nobody tell them don't talk about the people that's killing them. Meanwhile, you Christian-minded, American Christian-minded Negroes, stop blaming the white man. Because that's who you love. Like you don't, and here's what's amazing. Now y'all get me right on this. I've been doing this 40 years. I ain't never go out to no speaking and I'm chastising blacks or chastising Latinos and a Negro come up and say, stop blaming black people.
Nope.
40 years. I ain't heard a nigga say that yet. I ain't heard a Latino say that yet. Right or wrong. But meanwhile, the minute you say something about whitey, meanwhile you mention white, stop blaming the white man. So then stop blaming niggas for selling dope. Stop blaming niggas for shooting up your neighborhood. Stop blaming niggas for killing your cousin. Stop doing that then. Since you don't want nobody to blame the white man for what his portion is. Damn that, man. You blind and stupid in this empire, man. Money, let me tell you something, man. Money will change a nigga, change his religion. He will find a new God if you give that nigga enough money. A nigga, one that's in the world. Like you will swear that nigga be like, water is God. Water is God. Nigga, there's $1 million in the incense hole. The incense are God. Incense is the truth of life. A nigga will change his God in 2 seconds. What was the proof of that? Go ahead.
It's like my major in Farrakhan was he took all that Muslim trash, and as soon as that died out and the money's in the Christian church, now it's Jesus this and Jesus that. He denounced Islam. So like you said,
I give you one worse. He went up into that Scientology. And I heard there's a tape out about it now with him chastising some cat or something. You know what I mean? Like it's sad. It's sad. All that power, all that wealth, all that success, and you will change your God in a minute. You got to be about the Lord for the Lord to be with you. And that's what we are in the Israelite school, UPK. So damn that, every enemy. If you kill, and let me tell you something, that's such a slave mentality. Y'all get me right. That's such a slave mentality that if they kill one of ours, we don't act like that's another nation that's oppressing us that killed one of ours. We act like that's just an American accident or something. It's not no American accident. They ain't killing the Chinese in these streets.
Right.
Nope.
They ain't killing the Japanese. They ain't killing the Arabs. They ain't cutting them off. They ain't plotting against them. What's the name of the ex-football player, that piece of garbage? Stole the $5 million. Brett Favre. Like, you ain't hearing about Brett Favre stealing, how much was it? $4 million. He ain't steal $4 million from poor immigrant Chinese. He ain't run no Chinese scam, no immigration scam on them. You ain't see him stealing millions and millions of dollars from no Arabs. All that money, the Arabs coming over here with suitcases with cash in it. $1 million cash in the suitcase, paying their way through custom. You don't see them turning around stealing none of their money. They moving right in, buy a house, buy a store, business. They opening up stores all over this country, smoke shops. All them Afghanistanians that spied for the U.S., all of them bastards over here opening up smoke shops. They opening up all smoke shops, and then guess who's out front selling the dope? Us. Guess who getting locked up for selling the dope? Us. And where you niggas at? Where you old equal opportunity niggas at? Where you at? You gonna say don't blame the Afghanistanians if we start complaining about them too much.
Right.
We say something about them smoke shops. Oh, don't blame them. Stop blaming people for your. And listen, and let me explain something else if I could, y'all. Y'all chime in anytime, because you know I'm gonna run like a nut if y'all don't stop me. Let me say one quick thing. I'm coming to you right now. Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. You don't know what the hell you are talking about when you say a black man who complains about the white man has a slave mentality or a victim mentality. Are you crazy? You don't not hear the U.S. State Department and every white politician talking about Taiwan? Are they not talking about China and Taiwan and Russia? Don't complain about Russia. What are you? Russia ain't even bombing or killing nobody over here. Why is they in the news every week? Why is America saying it's wrong and an atrocity and this and that and this and that? Because that's their goddamn enemy. And they talking about who is the potential murderer of their people. They ain't even murdering Americans yet. And they saying they talking about the things they doing. But meanwhile, we getting killed in these streets. We reading about one right now. And we can't even talk about it.
Right.
We can't even have a discussion. You got a victim mentality. You got a slave. But then America got a victim mentality. The most powerful country in the world, America shouldn't complain about nobody.
Right.
They shouldn't say nothing about North Korea and them nuclear weapons. They shouldn't say nothing.
Right.
They should be like, we America. They ain't harmed us. Let's don't blame the North Koreans. Let's don't blame the North Koreans for building weapons in space. Let's don't blame the Chinese for all the money we spending to build weapons. Let's don't blame Russia for invading Ukraine while we giving Ukraine billions of dollars. Like if you can't complain about the man that's killing you, then let's all stop complaining.
That's right.
Let America shut its mouth about what Russia doing in Ukraine. It ain't none of your business.
Right.
Stop blaming the white man. You got a victim mentality, America.
That's right.
You see how ridiculous it sounds when you put it in context of what they do.
That's right.
It's a ridiculous victim mentality.
It is.
You know,
It's a ridiculous idea. You must speak up on the people that's harming you.
Damn right.
If you don't speak up on it, you will remain a victim of them. And to believe you are not a victim of them when you don't even have a goddamn identity, give me a goddamn break.
Right.
You don't even know who you are, and you saying, don't blame the white man. When he done robbed your very existence off of the face of the earth. Go ahead, Slocky, you gonna say something?
What I wanted to say, and the reason for that is because the Christian church teach us to blame our goddamn selves.
Yeah.
They teach us to blame ourselves other than anybody else. They teach us you are the problem. That's what they teaching us. We the problem. We the reason that we so many young brothers and sisters is turning out homosexuals and gay. They telling us that we the problem, deflecting from America, who is really the problem. The goddamn white man is the problem. And the Christian church, in order to keep their money, they don't give a damn about destroying us as a people. Point blank, plain and simple. That's it.
Yeah, right. What you say so heavy? That point you was making, Brad Favre. If he'd have done that to any other race, they'd have sued the piss out of everybody. and they'll use that as leverage to say, look, we've been attacked. This is a hate crime. And they've got that 4 million plus some.
Man, if he had done that to them damn nips, if he had done that to them nips, it would be a session in Congress. They'd have a congressional session on the abuse of Asians.
For sure.
Every old slant-eyed noodle-selling bastard would be on Capitol Hill having an argument of why.
New bill.
Yes,
They would got a new bill.
They'd have wrote new law, Q. You right. They'd have wrote new law in D.C. for them. And listen, let me add something worse. You ready for something worse? If a nigga did it, the jail would be, he'd be under the jail. If a Negro stole that money from them, and guess what? You Negroes would put him under the jail.
That's right.
He wouldn't be under the jail from the white man. Oh, you thought I meant the white man was going to lock him up? Oh, no. You wouldn't have had to worry about that. He'd have been under the jail because you Negroes would have buried him. But Brett Favre, you ready to forgive him already? Oh, well, them niggas don't deserve it anyway.
Ooh, yeah.
You evil bastards. Right. You understand? You too damn evil against your own. You don't understand. That's why you Negroes, you blacks and Latinos and West Indians, you don't know how to fight no real battle. Right. How the hell you gonna have an enemy killing your own people in the streets every day, cutting you off in the banks, running scams to steal from the poorest of your people? You understand? You're going to have somebody doing that for you, not for 20 years, not for 30 years, not for 50 years, for 400 years. Right. They've been doing this. And you're going to sit up there and say, don't blame the white man? That's why you can't get out of slavery. Right. How you going to get out of slavery if you ain't even going to stand up to the enemy that's got you in slavery? Give me a damn break. Man, damn that crap, man. You understand? The white man is the devil. He gonna remain the devil. You understand? The problem is you too scared to recognize that he's the devil. And once again, money make you Negroes turn your whole spirit around. You think because you make millions of dollars, that solves the problem. That's proof that the white man is not the devil. Because you make $1 million, you so dumb. You made that $1 million because you made that bastard 50 million, dumb. That's right. And no white man, what Negro out here is getting $1 million and ain't no white man getting 50? Right. Show them to me. Show them to me. Yeah. You Negroes signing record contracts and you broke right after the last album come out. They took everything. Right, am I lying? They pull up to the crib, take your 3 Rolls Royces from you. Some of you Negroes in car washes and working in the dollar store. I couldn't believe it when they had that actor, the brother from one of them hit TV shows. Go ahead, I'm coming back to you. Oh, you brought their point, right? You good? Okay, go ahead. Say it loud. Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah, that brother.
Right, Elvin, known. Made that money off of made the white man rich. Where Elvin at now? Broke. You gonna just blame him? The white man he also got the dope up there in Hollywood. The CIA run all the dope in this country, man. They admitted it. That's their words, not mine. They said it. So now you're going to say, if a black man go sell dope, it's his fault? If you poor and you struggling, it's one thing to live poor. It's another thing to be starving like black people are. You understand? This white man been doing economic warfare on us for 400 years. If you poor and you are starving, then you are tempted like any temptation. We just read in the Bible, anybody that read the Bible will tell you when we was out in the wilderness and we was physically starving, we got mad at Moses because we could not eat. You understand? So give me a damn break. You're going to blame black people for their very destruction, man? You're going to blame them and give this beast a pass? You're going to give him a pass while we ain't murdering them. We ain't killing them. We ain't shooting them in the street. Nope. But they damn sure doing it to us. Right. And when we do it to them, are we getting away with it?
No. Or to each other. I mean,
remember that little white girl, Benet?
Okay. Yeah.
Imagine if they caught a Negro's face on that camera. Every nigga in Colorado be in the penitentiary right now. For something. for jaywalking, nigga, 20 years. God damn it. You might have been the one that touched Lisa Bonet. Judge would have been burying nigga.
They was looking for the America's Most Wanted, the host. His daughter got killed by Jeffrey Dahmer, but they was trying to pin it on, anybody they could down in Florida. He got out of the military and cut the damn baby's head off or what have you.
You understand? Like, give me a damn break, man.
And then he ate up black people.
Exactly.
It's ridiculous.
And listen, you can't even get pulled over out by the police without getting yourself killed. Jeffrey Dahmer eating niggas.
Right.
He cooking niggas in the refrigerator. If it wasn't for one crazy Negro in prison, he'd still be in there right now today.
Damn right.
Right now today, he'd be in there, probably had somebody's foot under the bed. Jailhouse foot.
Damn.
He be cooking jailhouse foot.
Damn.
He'd have been in there cooking jailhouse foot. We'd have been jammed up. Like, come on, man. Don't ask me to be no fool, man. Don't ask me to be no victim. You the victim. That's the real victim mentality. For you to give your murderer a pass every time, that's the real victim mentality.
Damn right.
That's the real slave mentality.
That's right.
For you to not stand up and blame the man for what he did. Especially when he stand up and say, we need accountability. We need accountability. What about the accountability of what he did? And they don't never come up off it.
Right.
China ain't never bombed the United States, have they?
Nope.
They ain't even had a skirmish in never, ever did they even have a skirmish. Or you think they silent on what the Chinese doing? They in the news every damn day. But you can't talk about the man that's murdering your brother on the streets of America every day, or you got a victim mentality. If you don't say it, you got a victim mentality, man.
Right. I mean,
go ahead, because I got to let the man read this story after you. No, I'm sorry. It be built up inside me. You know that first story don't never get read on this show. You read the title of the first story, we goes the hell off. We have a week's worth of anger built up inside. What can I say? The water. Go ahead.
So you got to think about Russia. Russia and China. China had a war with Russia, right? The China-Russo war or what have you. They got all on the opium and everything like that.
That's right.
But now, you understand, they were allowed to make amends with one another without interference from anybody else. Now they making deals and sharing energy and resources and stuff like that on their own accord or what have you. You know what I'm saying? They went and did that, but they won't never allow us, the time to heal for ourselves before you're going to try to join us back with the white man. Right. Ain't nobody pushing China and Russia together or what have you. They went and made amends for those evils that
they made the deal themselves.
And America was the one that was probably promoting all of the damn dope that they was from Afghanistan. They was pushing it right up in there. You know what I'm saying? They was like, they too big anyway. You know what I'm saying?
You right.
They got to give us our space or what have you. And our space is plenty enough to at least complain.
Right.
A little bit.
Right. At least be able to say something about it real quick before you go. Because big shout out to I.S.U.P.K gave us some more names. Big shout out to Officer Naquam, Officer Akaya Allah, Officer Hakwalai, and Officer Darakia. Big shout out to them as well. Out in Nashville, man. Brothers vital to the work of the Lord. Big shout out to all the sisters, man, involved up in it. And let me tell you something, brothers. Keep your spirit up in the faith of the Most High. The Lord is coming. He's coming. He's going to make it, I'm telling you, he's going to make it something amazing. We had to keep our faith right or wrong, eyes back when there was nobody here but a few of us standing on that corner in 8th and H. You understand? Negroes cursing us out, dope fiends leaning over, and the white man calling the cops trying to get us taken off the corner. And yet now the Lord's word, if nothing else, we know that we got the Lord's word out all over the world. You understand? And going out more and more. Big shout out to Captain Tazaryak too, up in there rolling it out ridiculously on the clubhouse scene. You understand? I'm doing it amazingly breaking down this life that we live in and giving brothers and sisters the insight on this work, man. This is what it's been about. So Salak, you to cut in on y'all. Kazak, can you read the first story, please, brother? Salak. Salak.
We're very frustrated at this point, said Maidana Pearson, the sister of Carl Dorsey, 39, an unarmed New Jersey black man killed by police on New Year's Day in 2021. The family filed an excessive force lawsuit on August 31st against the police in the city of Newark for the deadly shooting. Just minutes into the new year, on January 1st, 2021, reports of gunshots caught the attention of Newark police officers who were near the intersection of 11th Street and Woodland Avenue. One of the responding officers was Rod Simpkins, who was dressed in plain clothes at the time. So arriving there, they didn't know of any particular person was doing any particular thing. They just knew apparently there was a report of gunshots, said Robert L. Tarver Jr., a Newark attorney representing Dorsey's family. As the officers pulled up to the scene in an unmarked minivan, a nearby surveillance video was capturing the deadly encounter between Simpkins and Dorsey. The video shows the van pulling into frame and Simpkins jumping out of the passenger side with his 9mm service weapon drawn. Meanwhile, Dorsey is seen running toward the van, leading to a collision between Dorsey and Simpkins. After the collision, both men stumbled back onto their feet, and that is when Simpkins fired a gunshot hitting Dorsey, who died of the wound a short time later at a local hospital.
Now, if that was a white boy, would he have pulled that trigger out?
No.
Now, y'all get maybe I'm blaming the white man too much. If that was a white man that ran into him, would he have dropped back and drew his weapon and blew that cat away? Or would he have thought for a second, maybe this is not the shooter? Like he just bumped into him. When once again, that's psychological warfare against us. Meaning the cops' minds are messed up. Like that if that was a Chinese man, he wouldn't have just shot him. Nope, we done seen 1,000 tapes on TikTok and YouTube, right or wrong, where they show the cops having encounters with other nationalities and pausing multiple times before they fire on them. And the cat don't have a weapon in his hand. You pull the weapon out. You pull your weapon out. If you don't see a weapon, you already been trained that you're not the fight. Right. You don't see a weapon.
Right. Even the Buffalo shooter, he was going in there to kill everybody because he thought everybody was black in there, and he saw a white. He just stopped.
There it is.
Yep. Said sorry.
There it is.
Yep.
See that? Hey, now listen, he in a full out assault. He ain't following no rules. Right. He ain't got no police training. He run up in this. That's a great point you brought up. He ain't following no rules. He ain't got no police training. His intent is to kill. Meaning his intent ain't to just protect and serve, so-called. His intent is to kill black people. He swing the gun around, see a white man, and go right back to murdering black people. Shooting them in the back and all that. Now that for you to pull, you go into a first of all, he was shooting before he even got in the supermarket. Then he turned the corner, got in the supermarket, started firing and killing black people. In the midst of all that killing, you turn, notice the victim is a white man and say, excuse me, and walk away.
Not to mention.
Say again? He said, sorry, you right on. He said, sorry. Sorry for even pointing the gun at him. Not he shoot him and say sorry, but you're right. Great point. Sorry for pointing the gun at him. But y'all stop blaming the white man.
How did he walk away?
Stop having a victim mentality.
How did he walk away alive from after that encounter?
Exactly. Exactly. Being white.
I don't understand it.
Everybody know Dylan. Was it Dylan Roof? Which one got the McDonald's?
Dylan Roof.
Dylan Roof had McDonald's. I mean, what? In what?
I know
Would you please show me the Negro that got McDonald's after he got arrested?
Killed 9 people in the church.
You understand? Go ahead, Damn. Do you want water? Meanwhile, when they arrest one of us, and once again, they're brainwashed into hating us. That's why we on the bottom. But we brainwashed into hating us too. That's why we on the bottom. Go ahead,
This is trained. They trained to do that.
That's right. That's my point. Meaning they train that way because America wants them that way.
Right.
America could change and do whatever the hell they want to change and do. But they train that way because that's the mentality they want them trained that way. But you can't blame them. You got to stop blaming the white man. You got a victim mentality. It's a damn joke, man. It's a damn joke. And that's why our mind is all messed up, man. You know what I mean? And it's also why you can't fix it. Like if you blaming the white man, in other words, if you're supposed to not blame the white man, then guess what? You can't never solve the problem because he ain't never gonna be accountable. So you don't never stand up for the problem. You just walk around spending your life saying, "Oh, you got video of this? Run it back. Let us see the video on it." That's the cop jumping out. Let's get it from the beginning. There go the van. That's the police in the van.
Unmarked.
They jump out. He come running up and he bumps into the cat.
Damn.
Gets up, pulls his gun. Boom, boom, boom. Shoots the man dead. Like they animals, man. These are people running from the damn scene.
Right. And he definitely had an opportunity to identify and know that the brother was unarmed because of the collision. That stopped everything. That halted everything for a minute.
Boom.
Yeah. The people running because they don't even realize that's a cop.
Yeah,
they in an unmarked vehicle.
No he ain't selling no badge, no nothing.
And let me tell you something. Go ahead,
because normally, if they know you're a cop, they're gonna stand out there.
Yes.
But when they don't think you're a cop, they think it's just two brothers, going at it, trying to kill each other.
They trying to get the hell out of it.
Yeah, they're trying to flee.
They trying to get away from it.
He's supposed to be fired.
Supposed to be in jail.
And that as well.
You know what I mean? No pause, no nothing.
Right.
Bumped right into him, gun out, boom, boom, boom. Wipe him out. And let me tell you something, if I could. They dying for an active shooter in the black community. Oh my God. Oh, they praying for it. You see them in them marked vans? Oh, they hoping a Negro get an automatic weapon and go shoot up someplace so they can go berserk killing people. Everybody, they like the active shooter gonna kill 20 people, they gonna kill 100. They gonna show up on the scene and kill 100 people, saying they trying to stop the active shooter. Wasn't nothing we could do. We thought they all was active shooters. The scripture said a nigga. We killed every nigga we saw. What did you expect? Mistakes happen. Sometimes things go wrong.
So,
you know what I mean? Go ahead, huh?
So, okay, you got North, Central, and South America. The white man came over, the French, the Spanish, and the English, and they made grounds to oppress everybody. And I can go back through the annals of history and see all the number of rebellions, slave rebellions that were had or what have you. But now it's being required of us that we don't even consider that he is the enemy and that he is doing something with us. He's going to take, I mean, we wouldn't even have got, like, so you're not going to get anything further, and he's going to erode what you got now only because we resisted him from the terrible wickedness that he did. It wasn't just that we was, bad people selling drugs or what have you. He was oppressive. Crack just got on the scene in the 80s, but I can give you 1,000 riots of slave rebellions that happened because he was oppressing us. Right. You understand? It wasn't because we was crack addicts. It was because he's the devil. He was oppressing us, and we had to do something to stand up against him, or he would have just, he would have been relentless. You know what I'm saying? Could we get a little space? We got to act up a little bit. You don't want to act up, then what the hell do you think you're going to have in 2050. You understand? You're going to be back in chains. You understand? If you don't at least be mad that he killing you. God damn.
Hey, you give it, please give it up for General Kabbalah. Please. General Kabbalah, my brother, you done just poured salve on my wounds, brother. Because, brother, what you said is so true. When the hell have we ever gotten this man off our back without fighting against him? Like when? When have we not? When have we just sat around and said, well, we're going to deal with it, and the problem went away? When have we said, well, let's eat some chicken and not blame the white man? When the hell did we do that and the problem got solved? Never. Never. Just like you said, every one of them incidents with slave rebellions where you can get so many of them, that was how we got wiggled up this cat up off our damn neck. We had to fight for that. And even the ones we won the battle on, he came back later and put his foot back on us. So don't tell me that you get it by not blaming him. You get it by not charging him for the crime. Damn that. What you saying is right. That's historical proof. Like, if anything, if you got to be the dumbest fool in the world, at least be smart enough to say, well, what did they do in the past to get us to this point? You can be dumb as hell and at least see that they got there because they stood up against this man. You saying don't blame the man while he's doing you it. Go ahead, Nicole.
And that's how you know it's like a conundrum, because we still fight to today. Even say like 50 years ago, small battles, you fighting a vote.
Right.
You fighting for just a vote. You fighting for equality.
Right.
Today, Black Lives Matter. It's still a fight. It's still a battle. But then you turn around, you'll take Black Lives Matter, but then say, "Oh, don't blame the white man." It's a conundrum.
And if I could, I'm gonna let y'all back in Salaki. What you're saying is so important in this, because if you do not blame the man that's actually doing it, you are blaming a false. You are falsely accusing black people. Right. Like, black people do not bring drugs in from other countries. Right. A nigga can't even get a passport out. You understand? The nigga got felonies and all type of shit. So they not the ones bringing in dope from South America and getting it through customs. Right. You understand? The government is the one doing that. And if you can't blame them for that, then guess who you got to blame? Right. You got to falsely blame the people who was weak enough to get caught up into selling drugs. So now you ain't never solving the problem because you blaming the wrong person. That's like anybody being falsely accused of a crime. You ain't never going to really solve the crime because you got somebody else in jail for a crime somebody else did. Knowingly at that. Man, that's the dumbest, ignorantest thing in the world, to say don't blame him when every nation on this earth is blaming every nation that's doing anything to him. Like, find me one nation that say, oh, we ain't got no problem with nobody. We love all nations on the earth. No, they all say we love all nations. Name one that actually do. None of them. None of them. Well, what the hell you got the United Nations for? They in there arguing every day. They arguing about what nation messing with them, who doing what to them. That's supposed to be the flaw for them to argue what case they got. Who's doing them dirty? So how you gonna say you can't blame the white man for what he did? You dumb. You blind and ignorant and brainwashed. Slock you, General, please.
I was gonna say, well, if you can't blame the white man, you get a simple question: who do you blame? Right. Who do you blame if you can't blame him? If you see the crime, you see the murder, you see the rape, you see the robbery. So who do you blame? And that's the question that we should be asking our leaders. And you'll find out that we don't have real leaders. Commanding General Yahanna is the only leader. That's why he's bringing the point out right now. And so you got to ask the question, who do you blame? But nobody else is asking that question except for Commanding General Yahanna. That's the only person who's asking the question. But guess what? They'll never give you a straight answer.
Yeah, because they want you to blame yourself, so that they can now go and pursue their lust for whatever it is they want from the slave master. Like, that's why I don't never listen to no rich nigga.
That's right.
I don't care how you got rich. If you a rich nigga, we can be cool, but I ain't listening to nothing coming out your mouth. You understand? Because you have a greenback situs. Your brain don't work. You got greenback syphilis or something. Like the monk, right? Like the money done distorted your mindset to where all of a sudden, you know what I mean, when you was in them streets and starving and trying to eat, you ain't had no problem with somebody calling the white man the devil. But the minute you got $1 million in your pocket, all of a sudden you don't turn intelligent nigga now. You all of a sudden you got an insight to life now. You see things from a better perspective now. No, fool, you've been brainwashed by the cash in your pocket, dumb. Wake up, black people. You, especially you Christians, man. You get a few dollars, brother. And you listen, they had better never come out with a pill that changed niggas white. Yeah. They come out with a pill that make you turn white, that's the end of the black community. I know they working on it too. Listen, hold on. I know they in that lab right now saying, I know how to get these niggas here. Like, they ain't sleep like us. We love black people so much, we be like, nah, black people ain't gonna take that. We'll wake up, come out the next morning, all your neighbors be crackers. Blonde hair, blue-eyed white folk. I'm gonna come to you next. Come on, bro.
I don't work with these devils like up and close in a couple of these fields, and some of these white boys be breaking down like evolution and whatnot. After a while, after something happens for so long, it becomes permanent until it evolves into something else, and that just proves like taking that same theory and what's going on here. Like that just proves that the Lord is with you in I.S.U.P.K. Because for 400 years we've been told that same lie. But after a while, our oppressors thought they would never arise back up the truth.
Right.
Like it just proves the scriptures again. That's just saying that the truth was gone for a minute. And it came back out in 1969 because now, out of nowhere, after brother after brother after brother, year after year after year, generation after generation, they done broke down the black man, broke him down. They didn't see that coming back up. So this the seed that the truth is being brought out now. Like it just destroys that whole ideology. It just proves more that this thing is more than just numbers and stats. Like this is the Lord that's involved here. Because this right here, it done put a chain reaction in the whole thing that's been going on for 40 years. For 40 years, they would say they took the strongest brother, made him weaker, made him more Christian, boom, Commander GEN.YAHANNA. You know what I mean? Boom, they set the high priest and then came back up. So it just proves that whole thing. Just hearing everything that you're bringing out right now, it just being able to talk back about it for so many years, nobody was talking about it.
Exactly.
So just to see it happen out of nowhere, that's the Lord.
That's the most time. Like without no doubt, this place here got the Lord's hand on it. The I.S.U.P.K has always been a sanctuary the Lord created since back then in them 70s, right according to biblical prophecy of the time that was supposed to open up the door for this truth to come back. I ain't saying that because I'm in here. I thank the Lord I'm in here every day that I'm a part of this I.S.U.P.K. I say it because I was saying it before I was in charge of the U.P.K. I was saying it for 30, 20 years before I was in charge. And I'm going to say it for as long as I'm on this earth. This is the place where we change the world. So what you're saying is true. It come from the Most High in Christ. We just getting the opportunity to come up in here. Go ahead, bro. They got that pill, don't they? Oh, Lord, when they roll that pill out, we in trouble. Well, let them Hamites take that. No, oh, you talking? Yeah, let them have.
For 600 years, everybody said 400 years, but 600 years they've been practicing this.
Yeah, killing us off. I mean, all over the world.
Got the Moors out of Europe.
Yep.
They started that whole.
The Moors helped them get us out of it.
That too.
Go ahead.
And the proof in it is right now with the bleaching cream that they using.
Yeah.
They bleaching themselves. They changing their skin with the cream right now. So
and
they can do it with a pill.
And let me tell you something else. White people now are seeking out our genes to get body types like theirs. They saying that the women are saying they want genes to be built like black women, but still be white. And there's doctors who say they can do it, that they can get into them genes and that they can make your body transform to like a black woman's body. And white women is trying to get them genes. And they said that they want them genes because we are so much more athletic. So they really want it for sports. If they're able to pull them genes out for sports, you ain't going to see no more black people in sport. It'll be nothing but athletes. That's what you was gonna bring. It'll be nothing but athletic white people, you understand, in sports with our genes running around. That's why this world, bear with me a second. That's why this world got to end. And that's why it's ridiculous for you to think that, one, it's not going to end, and ridiculous for you to think that, you know, somehow you got to pursue an amazing life in this kingdom. The Lord gonna burn this place from end to end. Ain't gonna be nothing here for 1,000 years, because otherwise they would wipe out everything on earth, like he said. Salakia, go ahead, Doc. No, I'm good. Okay, you understand? Like, they would never ever stop wiping us out and killing us if they had the opportunity. They come out with that, we in trouble, man. Well, let me move on. Was that it on that story?
That's pretty much it, sir. The families filed a lawsuit and for civil damages, sir.
I can't blame them. You know what I mean? Just murder that brother just like they did. Right. And the sad part is you can only do it for civil damages, because under the current law, a cop, if he believes his life is in danger, the usual story, he can murder you. Right. That whole qualified immunity thing. You're right. So go ahead, Nicole.
It's a video right now where some rich white men, they got like 4 black women at a table.
That's the one I'm talking about.
And the 2 rich.
Can you find that tape?
I'm gonna try to pull up something because it's 2 rich white men. They got 4 black women at the dinner table, probably at a restaurant.
Yes.
And they trying to offer them $100 for their eggs, because he's saying y'all black women is just y'all race has some special in y'all genes. And and we're trying to get it out of you guys, so we're offering you $100 for your eggs.
Yes.
And they're like, you know, Eve, $100. Nigga, I need. You know.
Yeah.
They like, and then some of them just like, nah, I can't give you none of my eggs at all. But Esau's really.
He really trying to work on it. Like, they realize we are the chosen. And now they worry that, again, that the Lord will rise us up out of the ground and be on top. Remember what the scripture said, that the more they afflicted us, the greater and mightier we became. Right. Go ahead, Doc. Go ahead.
A couple of years ago, I had this Hamite from Uganda tell me, like, I don't know how y'all did it over here, speaking about the black natives and the Hispanics. He said, y'all must have a special plate in y'all chest and make y'all just exist with all the you know, the ish that Esau poured on you.
Damn.
That's what he told me personally.
Straight up. He knew what it was. He knew what it was. Like, some know. Matter of fact, most know. Most know not only that you've been extremely successful, but these other nations, they got tons of tapes out where these other nations talk about how they're told when they come here to set up their business, ignore black people, and make their money and be quiet about it. And they do that and get rich. And he wants them to be quiet about it because he don't want them taking up the fight for us. He wants them to understand their place. We let you come to America. We let you set up a business. We let you make money off of black people, but you do not become a civil rights fighter for blacks or Latino. And they learn that lesson and they keep their behind out of our business. Blacks and Latinos buy from them, make them rich, and they just go on with their life. So what you saying is true. Let me keep going, all right, y'all?
You got scripture as well, sir.
Go ahead,
sir. Lamentations chapter 4, verse 18. They hunt our steps.
They hunt our steps. This is the Lord's word. That's why you can't listen to some brother, whether he's rich. I don't care if he's Denzel or whoever, whatever rich black person. They can't tell you what black people should do. You got to go to the Lord and the priest of the Lord to know what to do. If black people knew what to do in Egypt, they would have got themselves out of Egypt. They got out of Egypt because Moses went to the Lord. And the Lord told Moses what to do. And that's how he got us out of Egypt. We didn't get out of Egypt because we got together and voted on it, or had a civil rights movement, or had a black power movement. We got out of there because we began to do what the Lord said to do. And he began to curse Esau. And believe you me, when the black and Latino community begins to come together and do the things that God said to do, and to listen to what the priests say, even though they may not fully understand it, watch the Lord begin to curse this place like he did down Florida. I mean, he did a number on Florida. You understand? Go ahead, Kazak.
That we cannot go in our streets.
Go ahead.
our end is near. Our days are fulfilled, for our end is come.
Like, right. They were at their wits' end, man. These brothers and sisters was at their wits' end in these captivities. And that's one last point. That's what's so special about the Bible. The Bible shows you all the things that happened to us in captivity so we could learn from it and not be stupid enough to follow the same dumb things that those who followed it got destroyed for doing. Go ahead, Kazak.
Oh, God, sir. We'll go to the next door, sir.
Yes, please.
Oh, God, sir.
Kanye West wears White Lives Matter shirt at Yeezy fashion show.
Woo. Told you I don't listen to rich niggas. He's trying to sell some records. He needs some attention. You understand?
If he don't have one in his bed, then he got to say White Lives Matter.
Exactly. You know what I mean? I guess he's trying to get Kim back. She believed White Lives Matter, left him with took his 4 kids, and now got the worst white boy. I don't know what that sociopath she got over there. He got her a real sicko. You know what I mean? Tattoo his babies on his neck. Like, boy, oh boy, what a violation. And he, you know what I mean? Like, I could not imagine that. I could not imagine some white boy sleeping with my woman and tattooing my 4 babies on his neck. I could not imagine nothing like that. Look at Oz looking at me like, you talking about a death sentence. Oz looking like you talking about a death sentence for somebody. Go ahead, Oz. I'm not saying nobody go out there and kill nobody. Don't harm the white boy, because you know some of y'all out there, some of you Hebrews is a little over the top. You did not get an order to do that, so cut it out. Go ahead, up.
So when you say it so heavy, like it's like the Lord put these things like so obvious in front of us. Like if it wasn't for the truth, it's kind of like these things happen, and it's kind of like we try to figure out what's the answer to this. We go to the horoscopes and every Christian fast, and we don't forget none of the truth. Versus like this thing, like the Lord put these things right in front, from the school shooters to the drugs thrown in the neighborhood, the guns dropped in the neighborhood, all the throwing the brothers in prison, every Lamar Odom, Tristan Thompson, Kanye West, all these brothers that get destroyed, you know what I mean, by these devils. Like it's so many examples out there. That's why like we say like Christianity is such a drug, because no other drug make you
that sleep. Don't nobody get you that high.
Right.
You so high, you anything happen. Shooting and killing right in front of you. Like, yeah, that ain't cool. Yeah, that ain't right. You right. It's a worse drug.
It's the worst drug.
Like, yeah, you know, man. Go ahead, look.
And they were crazy.
You don't see I'll jump in anytime.
Like how you say you don't trust, like you ain't trusting the rich niggas because Kanye West is right now the richest rapper at $6.6 billion. But still, you rocking White Lives Matter. 3 months ago, you complaining about this white woman is taking your children from you. He sees online, Kim won't let me see my kids, and there's something going on, and they won't let me come to my own children's parties, but then he says, you know, they do this to black men, and now 4 months later, you wearing a White Lives Matter hoodie, and you got $6.6 billion. You don't have enough money?
Like it's shameful. Right. It's shameful, and for those black people that say Kanye West is not wrong because he wore a Black Lives Matter t-shirt before, and now he's wearing a White Lives Matter t-shirt. For you to say that, and for you to have that mentality, means you don't understand the difference between the black experience in America and the white experience in America. That's right. And once again, the only way you could not understand the two experiences is if you blame black people for their experience and you exonerate white people for their experience. Right. Like a real judge would say, black people are suffering because of the oppression of white people. Right. And they would say white people are living deliciously because of the oppression of black people. Right. They would not say it's black people's fault of their oppression and white people's success is because they worked hard at it and became successful. Anybody that thinks like that, you are brainwashed. And you hate black people because you love money too much. Okay. You love money so much that you got to find an excuse to dismiss black people suffering so that you could be moralistically chasing the dollar that you're trying to get, not knowing and understanding that the Lord is about to wipe this whole country out. You about to see a worse depression than 1929. It ain't gonna matter how much money you got in that day. You're gonna see suffering like you ain't never seen before on this earth. According to the Bible, it'll be the worst suffering above all other time. And we know that in 70 AD, our people was eating their children from the suffering that they were suffering under Titus and the Roman general. So I want to know what you're gonna do with $6 billion in a mansion while black people are eating their babies. Because they're gonna come up in there and eat you for your ignorance and your stupidity. You understand? Go ahead, Nicole.
The second point, like piggyback on Barack was saying, was throw out for the truth. Because, you know what I'm saying, I remember in the 30s now, I came to the truth when I was 19. But before that, being influenced by Kanye West. Kanye West had, you know, Amber Rose. He posed with Amber Rose at the Louis Vuitton store. He sat on the couch, Amber Rose let her cross and naked. Before I come to the truth, I'm influenced by Kanye. I remember me wanting me to sit on the couch with my girl let her cross me naked and take a picture like Kanye West. Coming to the truth and learn the truth and learn that that's all the way wrong and off. And no woman, no man, no other public, and not even just another one man should see a woman's nakedness, man. You know what I'm saying? The water for the truth, and it really teach you how to look for a woman, what to look for a woman, how you should treat your woman, how she should be displayed around the world. The water for the truth.
Damn right.
I just wanted to say how many beautiful BLN shirts I saw this weekend at the the Tennessee Nashville Cookout or what have you. Blacks, Latinos, Native American Indians lives matter. Israelite lives matter t-shirts because you know what I'm saying. That's what it is right there. Okay.
And if I could, Marquise Bankroll said Erykah Badu praised Kanye West. Once again, you can't listen to rich niggas. And rich niggas, I be watching them. They be on them podcasts, expounding on shit and just talking bullshit. You understand? And don't know what the hell. They just trying to get some white man to see him on a podcast and give him a new contract or a new piece of the pie. You understand? Never realizing what this evil is. Like, once again, for Kanye, there is no equality in America. Right. So it ain't no Kanye West wear a Black Lives Matter t-shirt and he wear a White Lives Matter t-shirt, and what does it matter? The whole point of the Black Lives Matter t-shirt, not that I support Black Lives Matter in any way. Right. I think it's a horrible, horrible lesbian ran organization. That's just my opinion. I could give a damn about them. But the point is this. The fact, the whole point that they came out with the Black Lives Matter t-shirt was because of the racism and disparity that took place on blacks and Latinos. Right. That was the point of the Black Lives Matter t-shirt. Now, that does not exist in the white community. Right. So to put on a White Lives Matter t-shirt as though somebody is committing racism against white people is ridiculous. It's ridiculous to say, well, don't white lives matter? Don't white lives matter also? The point is, which lives are being oppressed? Which lives is racism keeping them in poverty? Right. It certainly ain't white lives. Right. It's black lives. Right. So that when you put in a Black Lives Matter t-shirt next to a White Lives Matter t-shirt, they're not equal. Right. It ain't two equal portions. And the All Lives Matter t-shirt was created to fight against the Black Lives Matter t-shirt. Right. The Black Lives Matter t-shirt was designed to call attention to the suffering that black people were suffering against the other nations. Right. They come up with All Lives Matter. In other words, your suffering does not matter more than any bad day that white people have, or Chinese or Japanese or anybody else has. Right. When it does matter, because they not dying at the hands of this man. That's right. They not suffering the suffering that blacks and Latinos are suffering. The proof of that was, look at the border. Well, they've been holding Mexicans back like crazy. The minute them Ukrainians showed up at the Mexican border, they created a different line for them and let them right on through into the country. So don't tell me your argument for Black Lives Matter is not more important than the Ukrainians' argument. Ukrainians being welcomed with love. You understand? They being welcomed with love. Only because that evil white man in Florida, DeSantis, is interested in running for president that he sent them buses up to Washington. And the only reason the buses are being welcomed with open arms in Washington and New York is because those politicians are trying to keep their jobs. Otherwise, neither one of them would give a damn about what happens to the Mexicans, man. Don't tell me that it matters. It's all the same if he wears a White Lives Matter t-shirt. And furthermore, it's even deeper brainwashing in this respect. He's a black man, a successful black man. He doesn't feel, and this is another thing that rich black people don't want to have to own. You are rich and black, you got an obligation to poor black people in America, man. According to the Bible, the book of James, you got an obligation to them. And you Negroes want to get rich and you want to forget poor black people, especially the ones that made you rich. You understand? That's why I salute the rappers who talk about the evil things that white people do, even though they rich rappers. You got a few of them that don't take that garbage. You understand? Of rappers and singers, they got a few that just, nah, we ain't going for that. We're going to still say exactly what we were saying when we was back in the hood. I salute them because they had the heart to really still fight the struggle for their own. And here's another thing that a lot of these celebrities don't understand about they disgusting behind. You hurt us as black people and Latino people in these ghettos when you dismiss our suffering. We the ones that made you rich, nigga, with our bloodline. If nothing else, the blood that runs through our vein made you a good rapper, a good singer, a good sports athlete. You come from us. You got an obligation to your damn family, man, to stand up and fight the good fight for your people's suffering. You selfish pig. That's right. The hell you gonna sit there and ignore yours and sit up there and think about your selfishness, and now you done got rich. You ready to dismiss the suffering of black people and say y'all just blame y'all just blaming the white man. You got a victim mentality. A victim mentality would not blame the white man. That's right. We ain't got no victim mentality. We got a free man's mentality. Do you think that the founding fathers of America, did they just say, stop blaming the British for their suffering? Did they turn around and say, listen, man, sell the British tea, man. Stop blaming the British. Work harder on your farm. Grow more potatoes. Did they say that? Hell no. They say these British is oppressing us, man. They cutting us off financially. We giving all our money to the British. What did they do? They threw their damn tea in the ocean. I ain't telling nobody else to do that. Do that. Look, we just trying to get you to come to Christ. Come out there and turn over somebody's whole tank. India being up and all, they turned the tea over. How much? All of it. You'll be here East Indian forever. What did they do? I don't understand it. They blow up the Indian with that funny talk. You can't do that. But yet they was able to do it and got them a free country and wrote a new constitution for what they went through. But you can't do it. Only a slave would tell you that. Only a slave would make you think you can't blame them. That's right. You think you bad. Stop blaming the white man. You know, handle your business. Be a man. Take on your responsibility. Stop. That's a victim mentality. Nigga, you a victim. Right. You ain't no better than my dog in the yard. Right. I don't feed my dog for 2 days. The nigga ready to bite me. I give that nigga a plate of food. He'll do whatever the hell I want. I tell him to do. Right. That's you, nigga. That's you. White man hand you a biscuit, nigga, you will do whatever. You'll kill all the dogs in the cage, you stupid nigga. You understand? Like you think you all, educated. Nigga, you's a dog. You a nigga, here's a biscuit, nigga. A dumb dog. Roll over, Fido. That's what the hell you are. Am I lying, brothers? I ain't trying to accuse nobody of nothing. You understand? But truth is truth. If the food in your mouth determines who you are loyal to, you are a slave. That's what kept us in slavery in Egypt, man. That's what made us rebel against Moses in the wilderness. Because once we couldn't eat, we turned on him. And was ready to go back into slavery, man. That's why the Lord said, I'm going to prove you 40 years in the wilderness. That's what it took to get that slave mentality out of our system, man. And to get us to actually be men that stood up. And when we did stand up, brother, we wiped out every nation in the Sinai Peninsula, man. When we stopped really being a slave, you understand, and started to blame Pharaoh. Remember, 40 years in that wilderness, Egypt controlled that Sinai Peninsula. Egypt controlled the land damn near all the way to Babylon in Iraq. All that land between Egypt and Iraq, the Egyptians ruled all that land. So all down in the Sinai, them kings over there were subject under Egypt. So while we got out of Egypt, we in the wilderness, starving, ready to kill Moses. But the Lord walked us through there for 40 years, brother. And our sons and daughters, they ain't come up with that slave mentality. That's right. They came up free men. Right. They got up on their feet, brother. They killed everything moving between here and Jerusalem. Right. They wiped Joshua and them wiped everything out between here and Jerusalem because their mind was free. Right. Our mind is in slavery. And I don't give a damn how much money your master gave me. Listen, I feed my dog good. Sometimes I go out and get them old high-priced biscuits, man. That good, you know, wishbone good. That good, them old good shit. I go down to meat market and get him a big-ass bone or some shit. Oh, that nigga be hopping and jumping and flipping and rolling all night long. I drink a beer, I be like, nigga, you fucked up. You do whatever I tell. If I tell him jump out that window, that nigga going out that window. That's you niggas, man. That's you niggas with a few dollars in your pocket. Right. That's you. Give you a few dollars, you flip over, play dead, do whatever. You bite whoever the hell he tell you to bite. Tell you bite that nigga over there, you biting him. Tell you put on a White Lives Matter shirt, you will put it on. Listen, big shout out to Captain Ty Ward. We got a classic, damn right. We got a classic story. I know y'all heard that story. You know I gotta say it one more time. Oh yeah. Don't worry, in 10 years, I'm gonna be old and crazy saying shit over and over again. Y'all gonna be like, this nigga tell a story every week. Y'all gonna be through with me then. Ty Ward, we down at the speaking, we blazing, cursing white people out in DC with the heavy hitters right here. And white man was so bold and bad. I mean, he was a bad-ass slave master. He rode right up to Ty Ward. Ty Ward had on an Israelite school UPK t-shirt on. He rode right up to Ty Ward to his face. And his people was behind him in the back. And he just knew he was basically getting ready to show them, I could buy a nigga easy. And he said to Ty Ward, he said, I give you $800 cash for that t-shirt you got on right now. $800 cash. I'm on the speaker, the mic blazing. You know, Ty Ward follow order. He turned to me, sir, in case I want to take that 800. I said, hell no. He said, hell no, sir, to the white man. Like, that's what a white man do. He don't give a damn that you hate him. It's in his mind, I'll give you $800, nigga, and you gonna roll over. In your mind, I give you $6 billion, nigga, and you ain't a nigga no more. You white. You put $6 million in the nigga pocket, the nigga will join the clan. Nigga put the hood on tomorrow. You understand? Go ahead, cuz.
I heard what you saying so heavy. Steve Harvey had a comedy special one time. He said, when the Planet of the Apes came out, he said, for all that money, I would have been the best ape. And he talking about how he would have demeaned himself and the rest of the black nation for some money.
And the nigga proceeded to make monkey sound. The nigga proceeded to do the ooh ooh ah ah monkey. You got that clip? He said he'd have been the best monkey. You right? Like the nigga should have been banned from all niggerdom. The nigga should have been able to get another job nowhere.
But instead, he got more rich. The white producers and directors come running to him. And one day I'm sitting in the doctor's office and some white lady come up and sit next to me. She in there with her son, older white lady. And she in there with her son. He has some issue and all that. And she's sitting next to me. And she started talking to me, you know, yeah, I'm worried about him and this and that and all of that. And I said, oh, yeah. And she noticed I really ain't giving her no attention, no conversation. And white people are perceptive on that a lot of times. So she said, yeah, you know, do you know who Steve Harvey is? I said, yeah, of course. She said, yeah, I love to watch Steve. Now she's saying it, trying to, you know, warm me up. But I'm also noticing she's saying him. She calling him out because she done watched him and knows he's about the most Uncle Tom Negro you'll ever find in today's age with the things that came out of his mouth. Because he's the other one that said that if somebody bring up slavery at a dinner party, you tell them, I don't know nothing about that, and walk away. I mean, he said it like a white man would say. You understand? Because once again, what don't matter is black lives. Because you Negroes will dismiss any suffering we had. He dismissed the suffering about slavery right there on his show on the air. He dismissed our own self-dignity by saying he'd be glad to play an 8 for the money that they would give him. So you would dismiss us and dismiss our lives and dismiss our suffering for any trinket or dollar you would get from your slave masters. That's why black people got to fight for their right to matter. And no other nation got to do it. You don't hear no white man getting on no TV show saying, if a black producer give me $2 million, I'll jump up and down like a nigga. Do you ever hear a white man saying that? Right or wrong? You don't never hear no white man saying that. He don't say, give me $1 million, I'll be the best black rapper you ever met. I'll dye my skin, I'll be in the sun every week. You don't never hear him saying that. You know what I'm saying? Do you ever hear a white man saying that? Never. Never. So don't tell me that it's all equal, it's all right to say Black Lives Matter and to say white lives. You lying. And that's why you can't listen to no rich nigga, man. I don't care who they are. They not the one that's supposed to be. And listen, and when you check our history, and that's why every brother should read the book of Nahum, because them brothers had to fight to get brothers and sisters out from under them other nations, man. And when they went to fight to get them brothers and sisters out of other nations, they went to them rich black people and made them stop standing up for these other heathens, man. Made them stop charging us high rents. John the Baptist did the same thing to those that was in charge and those that was in law enforcement. He checked the hell out of them and told them, you better stop treating black people this way. You better turn on their side. And you know the classic point I'm going to bring out without even having to pull the scripture. When Moses went before Pharaoh, when he came out from Pharaoh, it was black leaders who met him when he came out, when you go back and read the story. And them black leaders got mad at Moses for angering Pharaoh. They didn't want Pharaoh angered. That's what this nigga Kanye West doing. He know black people done got mad over this. He gonna put on a white lives t-shirt matter so master don't have to be so upset. So he ain't got to look at us so upset. Man, let me tell you something, Mark. You don't want to be brainwashed. You call your enemy the same way you called them in the hood. When you was in that hood and somebody disrespected you, mishandled you, put hands on somebody you knew, you understand? Smack your sister, cousin on the ass or whatever. You stepped to them and let them know that they was your enemy and you did what you had to do. You understand? Now, I ain't telling you put hands on no white man, but you damn sure better have that same mentality you had to have to survive in that hood. That's how the Lord getting you out this bigger hood. You understand? Damn that. You know what I mean? You do the same damn thing. They kill one of your brothers, they gonna hear about it. That's right. They gonna be dealt with on it. That's right. They cut you, they rob your black community. We're going to make sure we cut yours off. That's right. You ain't going to get rich off of us while stealing from us at the same time. Right. You gonna open the door for us to get rich off of you, or you gonna shut your mouth.
That's right.
You understand? You don't play that game. That's just being a man. That's normal.
Right.
That's what normalcy is.
Exactly.
Abnormal is stop blaming white people. That's abnormal.
Right.
That ain't sensible.
Right.
That's a paid nigga.
Right.
That's all.
Even if somebody ain't bribed him directly, the once he got the check, the nigga brain transformed. Nigga saw the check in his brain. You saw the Matrix. That motherfucker was in there eating. He was eating steak and all that shit. When they got finished, pulled the plug out, he hit the fucking floor. The nigga was eating mush. He was fucked up. Nigga said, put me back in the Matrix. Fuck that. He didn't want no parts of reality. He said, put me back in that damn thing. Whatever that was. You saw the part he was eating the steak. He said, I know this ain't a real steak. But damn, this motherfucker good. That's you rich niggas, man. That's you. Man, Salaki, because we done messed up all your stories, man. We got two of them. You can't get us after one of these barbecues. We be hyped up on this brotherhood, man. Dang. Let's keep going, man.
Ye, also known as Kanye West, wore a shirt with White Lives Matter written on it at his Yeezy SZN 9 fashion show in Paris on Monday. And yet another controversial move from the outspoken fashion designer and rapper. West, who recently ended his business relationship with Gap and vowed to end his long-standing partnership with Adidas, has previously made several questionable comments about race in the black community. In 2018, he told TMZ that slavery in the U.S. sounds like a choice, though he attempted to walk back the statement. While running for president in 2020, West said that Harriet Tubman never actually freed the slaves and just had the slaves go work for other white people. West visited former President Donald Trump at the White House during his presidency and wore one of Trump's Make America Great Again hats. He faced criticism for doing so and said, one of my favorite of many things about what the Trump hat represents to me is that people can't tell me what to do because I'm black. Earlier this year, West was temporarily banned from Instagram for calling Trevor Noah a racial slur.
I guess you can. I guess they can tell you what to say, nigga.
Right.
You know what I mean? I guess they can. Go ahead.
Owens has previously defended West online.
Yeah, Candace Owens. Yeah, yeah, they pay her to do what she does. You know what I mean? Let's stop there. Let's go on to something else while we got a little time. Brothers put a lot of good stories together, man. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to Napatazab, man, and his team out there putting it together. And them with all those great stories, man. Let's keep it pushing. We got so much we can lay out. Really, we could do this show 5 days a week and still can't run out of stories. You know what I mean? Man, eventually we might, not me, but eventually. Only get me in here every day.
U.S. Embassy warns Americans to leave Russia. The U.S. Embassy in Moscow issued a security alert overnight that urged U.S. citizens to leave Russia immediately, while there are still options for departing the country.
Who gave this out?
This is the U.S. Embassy in Moscow, sir.
The U.S. Embassy in Moscow told Americans to leave out. Now, why they ain't just, why they blaming the Russians?
Right.
Why the Russians getting blamed for it?
Right.
You know what I mean? Why they blaming the Russians? Please. Go ahead,
sir. The alert comes in the wake of Russian President Vladimir Putin's order for partial mobilization of Russian men to fight in his war in Ukraine. Russia may refuse to acknowledge dual nationals' U.S. citizenship, deny their access to U.S. consular assistance, prevent their departure from Russia, and conscript dual nationals for military service, the alert said. The alert added Russian authorities have arrested U.S. citizens who have participated in demonstrations. The embassy has consistently warned Americans not to travel to Russia and to depart the country immediately if there. The Embassy Alert urged U.S. citizens to avoid all political or social protests and do not photograph security personnel at these events, noting that the right to peaceful assembly and freedom of expression are not guaranteed in Russia.
Yeah, they love to outline that. Like, see, you niggas is free over here.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, look, you go to Russia, you ain't gonna be free.
Right.
If I could, sir, it was a bit of propaganda that they put the statement out because prior to this, they gave Eric Snowden his citizenship in Russia. So then they come back and say, well, you better leave Russia. You better leave Russia because, you know, the big bad Russians is going to get you or what have you. But, you know, it's just more propaganda warfare going on between them and everything.
It's like, man, there's a video with Russia. He went to Vladimir Putin went to the Russian prisons. He's offering them 6 months. He said, for 6 months, I want you to train up to fight, to go help fight in the war against Ukraine. In 6 months, you cannot have any sex with women, men, or whatever kind of sex for 6 months, and some other kind of policies. If you don't have sex in 6 months and you pass all the little policies, and after your combat training, then you are no longer a prisoner. So he's offering that for the prisoners to fight that who want to agree to fight in the war. But if you break that 6 month rule, you're going to be in the firing squad. You can be killed.
Listen, black men better be watching this. Like Lakama, you watching like you supposed to be. Like black men, you better watch. If you in prison, we better watch this. Because exactly what you seeing going on there is coming to a town near you. It's coming to a town near you. You understand? They coming to go get you out them prisons and fight some war too. Because this is going down. Whether you know it or not, you in the Third World War. Whether you understand it or not, you in the game. This the wrap up. You understand? And this is right now, this is the best time in the world to wake up to this truth. Well, this the wrap up. We getting ready to package this up. In a minute. You about to see so much. You about to see the world change like you never seen before. You about to see this truth explode like you never seen before. All of that is coming and is on the drawing board. And so this is the most best time in the world. But black men better watch that because they're gonna be trying to offer that too. You mean you think they want to be paying all the money they paying to keep all them brothers in prison when they can depopulate America by 2 million? You understand? Why not send them over there and kill them all? That's why they ain't letting them out now, because they making sure they keep them small towns alive. If they was to take them prisoners out, all the federal funding that them little towns get for them high populations would be wiped out. Right. Them little 2-horse towns would already be ghost town. You'd be able to buy a city in New York for in the United States for $5. You know what I mean? But you can't get them because they got all these prisoners, so they getting federal funding, so they keeping jobs and keeping things alive. When they go empty them jails out, brother, shoot, I'm going to buy me a whole city. I'm going to be mayor, sheriff, judge, jury, and executioner. I'll be buying the whole city. He's sitting up in there like, what? He did what? A white man ran a light in West Bumfuck Nigga Town? Arrest his ass! I'm going to be a mess. I'm going to be a mess in this kingdom. See, y'all out there, a lot of you think like a slave. That's where your problem. You think you thinking free and progressive, and you done left racism behind, and you ain't all that. Remember them post-racial niggas? Them niggas getting shot in the head now. You post-racial in the hospital with a trachea and a colostomy bag because your dumb ass was running around up in them crackers neighborhood. Pickup truck that jumped up, bust 2 cats in you, ran you the fuck over. You half alive talking about, stop blaming the white man. Dumb, stupid Negro. You understand? Me, I'm trying to get me a whole city, and I ain't expecting white people to vote for me. I
just want to buy the city. Fuck the vote. Yeah. You know what I mean? I just want the whole time. What's my zip code? All right. Send your donations to zip code so and so. The name of I'm changing the town name and everything. Nigga Incorporated. Damn that. Everything is possible. Because this kingdom gonna fall right on the heads of rich niggas that think it's not gonna fall. Right, gonna fall. And listen, and you gonna pay for having not stood up for your brothers and sisters in this day. When that day come, everybody gonna remember what you opened your big mouth about and what you didn't open your mouth about. And they gonna charge you in that day for it. That's why they got on Rihanna. Remember they got on Rihanna? She got up and said that about white people. She told them white people, pull up. Y'all got white friends. Y'all know what's going on. You all better step on up. She checked the hell out of them crackers. They gave her a big ass, cosmetic contract. She ain't lose no money for it. She stood up and didn't lose no money. You understand? Everybody gonna remember her in that day. When the black, if she ever get in a jam, black people coming to her goddamn rescue. You ain't gonna be able to do nothing to her. I don't know if she's a sister or not. She look black. Music sound black. You know what I mean? These days, you don't know. Is a man, a woman, a donkey, whatever. I don't even know. AI? I don't know what the hell, right? A robot? You know what I mean? You don't know what the hell you dealing with out here these days. But if she's a sister for sure, black people gonna, you know what I'm saying, try to bring it on in. Which is what we supposed to do. White people bringing it on in. Did you see them up? We went up in Nashville. Again, big shout out to Nashville. I got to shoot. Damn right. We had a good time. I meant to tell y'all, Kathum and Shalom, you know, I got out there, I got to shoot that 50 cal. Did I get it in, Kill? Did I get it in? I got to rock that 50 on it.
Look,
go ahead.
His shot on the corner in that speaking was even better.
Mozart Christ.
You know what I'm saying? A couple people caught them 50s.
You know what I'm saying? But we had a ball up there. You know what I mean? But them Edomites, they up in there training. Boy. Yeah, they serious. Them pickup truck boys is serious. They got lock boxes in the glove compartment, lock boxes in the back of the pickup truck. You understand? They bout their business, man. You understand? Like they gonna fight for their empire, and if they gotta kill black people to do it, you think they give a damn about that? You understand? They expecting to have to do it. Why? Because they know when times get hard, you're gonna be the first one struggling. It was one time when they wasn't killing rich black people kids. Remember that? It was only deep in the hood until Trayvon Martin got killed. When Trayvon Martin got killed, the game changed. Rich black people, church niggas, all of them started realizing, hold up, we all vulnerable. It ain't just the hood. They was loving to blame the hood. Oh, that's the hood. That's the hood. Then they kids got killed by the cops. Then come to find out, oh, it ain't the hood. It's if you got this brown skin, you vulnerable. You got that light brown Latino skin, you vulnerable. You got that North American Indian skin, you vulnerable. It didn't matter then. Well, don't tell me you don't stand up against this man. What the hell you living for if you walking around in the earth and you don't give a damn what happens to you and your people and you ain't able to even see the harm that's being done to them and the harm they doing to themselves. You ain't that ain't a part of your life. That's supposed to be dinner table talk in everybody's house. It's supposed to be the discussion of our lives and our economy and our struggle and what's going on with us. White people doing it every day. You go over their house. If you could put a bug in some of their houses, the niggas did this today. The niggas did that today. Did you hear about what the niggas did over here? That's what they talking about in their business. Am I lying? That's what they damn discussing. So why it ain't that discussion is not going on in our houses, man? That don't make any sense. Go ahead, Nika.
He got a short clip on Putin's chief recruiting convicts for the war.
Go ahead, drop it.
And right now, the chief is just talking to the convicts, saying right now war is tough. The spending on ammunition has went up 2.5, and we got some rules. And they said the sins are okay because they're gonna be coming out of prison, so now they have a little freedom. He said, "While y'all training up for these 6 months, no alcohol, no drugs. If we find out you're getting high or drunk, you will be executed." And he's like, "We need y'all for this war." Go ahead.
You got it?
Yeah,
I think it's subtitles of Salah. Also, too, part of their training is each soldier is to have 2 grenades with them. So if they're caught, and they have to surrender, they just go ahead and use them 2 grenades instead of surrender. They do not want them to surrender to Ukraine at all. Just blow yourself up.
Get back.
Никто не дает заднюю. Никто не отступает. Никто не сдается в плен. Когда вы будете обучаться, передачу в плен вам расскажут 2 гранаты, которые вы должны иметь с собой. Второй грех – это алкоголь, наркотики. В зоне боевых действий. Пока полгода вы с нами, вы все время в зоне боевых действий.
It's like, if I may too, sir. Okay, the first is like, I'm looking at the subtitles, and he's saying the first sin is desertion, meaning like to let
abandon,
your colors fly,
right?
To be a coward.
Right.
The second sin is drugs, no drugs and alcohol. It's like, they understand what it takes to build a people, to build an army. Right. But when we go out now, we tell our brothers and sisters, you can't get high. God says you can't get high. Right. God says that you're not allowed to be a coward, that you have to follow what he says in his Bible. Now, for some reason, now we're a hate group, we're extremists. When this is what the Lord put in the Bible to build a strong people.
And we
build a nation. So
you're right. And our people is full of a ton of lust. But let me tell you something else. This is the dumbest idea in the world to let this video out. Because the minute them planes hit the ground, all them soldiers is going to defect. You know why? You know why they're going to defect? Because right now somebody's in the State Department and watch this tape and then told every Ukrainian soldier, if one of them Russians surrender, give him alcohol and everything he wants and tell him he's fine. So at the minute they hit the ground, surrender. We got you. You all right. And they ain't nothing gonna happen to them. They're gonna turn over the 2 grenades and every damn thing. Let me wrap up. Let me wrap up. All right. Because we done clicked over the top. Anything we need to bring out? Let's run them announcements again. What we dealing with?
Day of Atonement tomorrow.
Day of Atonement tomorrow night, sundown. Everybody get ready. Get ready to afflict your soul. No eating or drinking past sundown. Okay? Check Google or whoever you got to check to find out exactly when sundown is. And a little time before that time they give you, go ahead and stop eating and drinking. 24 hours, Day of Atonement, afflict our souls before our King Yahawashi. And we'll get back in 24 hours afterwards. We'll have a celebration for it. Captains, get ready to perform the ceremony in all your camps. All right. Feast of, what's coming up after that?
Feast of Tabernacles.
Feast of Tabernacles. Anybody got dates on them yet? Give it up. Feast of Tabernacle coming up after that.
So we get the opening on the Sunday the 9th of October and the closing Monday the 17th of
October 9th, right?
Yes, sir.
October 9th is the first day, which is very close. That's about 6 days from now. All right, is the first of that feast. We'll get that in as well. You understand? Some of us going out and doing the woods thing. It's going to be beautiful. You know what I mean? Right. So that's coming up. Anything else I'm missing?
Houston Cookout, October the 27th.
Houston Cookout. Get ready to give it up. Big shout out to Captain Yatazak. You're getting that in. And tell everybody to pay your tithes. Go to ISUPK.com. Do not neglect to support this school. You see the great work we doing, the lives we changing. We expanding more and more and more. And we need all the support we can get so we can push forward and advance in all the ways that we have on the table. Go to ISUPK.com. Hit the tithes button. We're building a brand new website. So when you go there, you're only going to see one page. Hit the tithes button, support the truth. Eventually, we're going to bust out with a new website. Big up to General Shalom. You come on.
So,
tell them about that website right quick.
Yeah, we hooking up a new website that the gentleman and I we've been working on. This site, everybody will be able to create a profile. You'll be able to upload your own videos. You'll have your own profile, just like Facebook. You have your own timeline. Anything that you do on YouTube. If you upload a video on YouTube, it's going to automatically show up on the website. If you upload a video on Facebook, it'll automatically show up on the website. So exactly what General Hazayan was speaking about in the council, we've actually been able to accomplish that, which will drive all the traffic that the school is generating, because we damn sure better than our enemies. The thing is, we just have to come together and jail. That's all that we missing. So we come together in jail, and that's what this website will do. It'll actually, not only will we talk about being above our enemies, we're going to be able to prove it with our actions. And all we got to do is just follow through our. That's it.
Damn right. Let me tell you something. I saw the beginning stages of this website. This website is going to be a beast. I mean, this has got to be one of the biggest websites with everything on it. I mean, everything going on in the ISUPK worldwide is going to be on this. There's what, 5,000, almost 8,000 videos, or it's more?
It's more than 8,000.
It's tens of thousands of videos on this website right now. You know what I mean? And it ain't even finished being built. Every school, every camp, every event, every high holy day, all the information is going to be an animal. Okay. And we ain't even put in everybody's profiles. They ain't even get in yet. So by the time all of that gets in, I mean, you're going to be able to visualize the entire ISUPK world like you've never seen before. So it's a super bad website, man. I look forward to it. General SHALAM been working hard on it, man. And it's time consuming, man, because it's such a powerful, intricate tool in this world that is going to be great. Every vendor, everybody selling stuff, everybody is going on this site. It's going to be ridiculous. So that's another thing. Anything else? With that, I want to thank the heavy hitters from getting down with me, General SHALAM, General Kabalama, General Katham Gabar. I'll be back up in Philly next week. We'll join y'all next time live on the UPK, y'all. Shalom, family.
That's the Christopher Columbus, too.
Damn right.
Any man give his life for Yahweh Shai, Mashiach, and Christ, and fall up under that UPK banner. It's my brother and my blood, and I will die and kill for him if necessary. Go to ground, 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 go to ground.